The University of Dayton spring graduation ceremony for the year 2017 is herewith convened. Please be seated. Graduates, as you possessed, you were given a medal bearing on one side the image of Blessed William Joseph Chaminade, the founder of the Society of Mary, the religious order that sponsors the University of Dayton. On the other side is the seal of the university. In Chaminade's ever-inspiring example, we entrust you to go forth living humbly, acting boldly, and working imaginatively and prayerfully to build community throughout the human family. At this time, I invite the graduates to place your medal around your neck in concert with the colors of our university. In prayer for our community and communities everywhere, let us pause for an invocation by Father James Fitz. Please stand for the invocation and remain standing at the conclusion of the prayer for the singing of the national anthem by 2017 graduates Tracy, Hoover, and Macklem Everly. Father Jim.
Let us pray. God of mercy and love, during their years of study here at the university, you have graciously formed our law graduates through many and varied experiences. In spite of the diversity of their journeys, they are united this day in joy and thanksgiving for all the ways you have brought wisdom to their lives. All of us gathered here join them in these sentiments. We thank you for the talents and abilities given to them, for the insights and learning shared with them, and for the persons, especially their families, who have walked with them and supported them with love. Thank you for these gifts of life and love. But this day is not only a celebration of what they have accomplished, but a clarion call to their future. For some, the direction is clear. For others, the future is still unfolding. But one thing is certain. In the moments of hope and joy, in the moments of grief and anxiety, you have promised to be with them. We read in the book of Psalms, the law of the Lord is perfect, refreshing the soul. The decree of the Lord is trustworthy, giving wisdom to the simple. The precepts of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The command of the Lord is clear, enlightening the eye. We ask and pray that your law may refresh, guide, rejoice, and enlighten our graduates this day and every day of their lives. We joyfully make this prayer of thanksgiving and blessing because you, our loving God, live and reign in our lives now and forever. Amen.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed?
Bad if he were to call on. And then he did just that. I remember a free-fall roller coaster feeling in the pit of my stomach and a shiver that ran down my spine. But somewhere from the depth of my soul, I blurted out an answer. I don't remember the question, but I still remember my answer. It would depend, sir, on whether or not the provision was reasonable. And I still remember Professor Collins' booming voice. Absolutely correct, Mr. Strauss. I tell this story as parting advice that if you are ever in trouble in the practice of law before a judge, a client, or an adversary, you can't go too wrong referencing the ever-applicable reasonableness standard. But I also tell it for a serious purpose. At its core, the law is about reason. As perhaps Aristotle most famously put it, the law is reason freed from passion. As part of his teleological project, Aristotle was reducing the law to its essential element, and his definition still endures today. As the class of 2017 has come to know well, the application of law is synonymous with the application of reason. Let's take, for example, a law that says no throwing trash on the ground in the park. If Mike throws birdseed on the ground, a judge applying the law will ask, should birdseed be considered trash? This question can only be answered through principles of reason, not by application of passion. This is vitally important today because, class of 2017, you are graduating at a time when new passions are challenging rule of law around the world. In many places, reasoned application of law is in danger of yielding to the siren song of strong-arm rulers who dispense with legal niceties in favor of inflaming popular passions with claims to just solve the problem. And they're gaining support by reducing the problem to religious, national, or other outsiders. For those frustrated, often for good reason, with business as usual, the emotional release, even if temporary, that comes from giving the problem a good quick kick in the pants can be satisfying, but the undermining of law and legal systems is serious business. Law protects all of us, and it holds the social order together. We need to make life and death societal decisions, and it is natural for people to disagree, and to disagree deeply. Law, however, provides a framework for making those decisions that allows us to sleep at night, knowing that our disagreements will stay confined within safe boundaries. If law is to continue to protect us, it falls upon us as lawyers to protect the law. Without lawyers, the law is just empty words on a page. And you, class of 2017, will be the ground troops to turn those words into reality every day just by plying your craft. You will do this as a transactional lawyer when you negotiate a contract that will be legal, valid, and binding. You will do this as a prosecutor when you prosecute a case against someone you believe, regardless of their persuasion or power, has violated the law. And you will do this as a judge when you issue a well-reasoned opinion that upholds the rule of law. But when events call, many of you will step outside of your everyday practices to promote or defend the law in the community square, just as your predecessors have done. That is the public side of being a lawyer. And I know it motivated many of you to go to law school, and especially one dedicated to Catholic and Maronist principles. That side of the law is the thousands of lawyers in Pakistan who in 2007, at tremendous peril to themselves, took to the streets dressed in suits and ties to protest the military government's unconstitutional attack on the independence of the judiciary. That side of the law is the visionary lawyers who wrote our own Constitution in the summer of 1787, and in the process transformed a failed post-revolutionary order into the remarkable system of law we have today. That side of the law is Raphael Lemkin, a Nazi escapee whose family members perished in the Holocaust, and through dogged determination after World War II, going from embassy to embassy, almost single-handedly secured implementation of the United Nations Genocide Convention. Upholding and promoting the rule of law in a turbulent world is going to be your collective challenge as lawyers, and it's no small responsibility. But really, what work could carry with it greater meaning? I believe that all of you chose law because at some profound level you wanted to embrace that meaning. And that choice, I believe, well meets the reasonableness standard. Good luck and Godspeed. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dean Strauss. Today there is much to be proud of as we gather to honor our graduates. At this ceremony, we will award 94 degrees. Each of these graduates knows the critical role that professors and staff members have played in making their own graduation possible. It is with great pleasure that I introduce the members of the faculty and staff of the School of Law who are present and invite them to stand and be recognized. Thank you. Dean Strauss will now present the Special Student Awards. Dean Strauss.
Each year, Dayton Law honors a student who has enriched the law school community by promoting community service and social justice with the Brother Raymond Fitz Student Leader for Justice Award. The award is given to the student who has followed in the footsteps of the award's namesake, Brother Fitz, who served as UD's president by actively seeking ways to better the world. This year's recipient is a student whose outstanding community service represents the best of our Catholic and Maronist tradition. Will Chenier Carter please stand? In the words of one of our professors, since her arrival, she has been devoted to improving the life of the law school for all students, faculty, and staff. She has helped improve the climate for diversity and inclusion and has helped promote justice both inside and outside the law school. Whether it is as president of the Black Law Student Association, through her fellowship at the NAACP, or serving as a member of the law school's diversity task force, Chenier has been a force for intercultural understanding. Another professor commented, "I know Brother Ray. Chenier's approach resonates with his commitments and approach to community and social justice. I cannot think of anyone more fitting for this award than Chenier. Thank you, Chenier, for your inspiration and service to the community." And congratulations. 5 years ago, Dayton Law Student Bar Association created the Lisa A. Cloppenburg Outstanding Leadership Award to recognize a graduating student who has made significant contributions to the School of Law, has been a star in the classroom, and has shown a substantial commitment to public service and community engagement. Will Leanne Thomas please stand? Leanne has served our student body with distinction and grace in a number of roles, including as a board member of the Law Review and as a Dean's Fellow. She has also performed over 190 hours of pro bono service. One of her professors gave us this description of her. Leanne possesses the characteristics of a great attorney. She is intelligent, able, and diligent. Unlike many lawyers with these characteristics, Leanne is also affable and a pleasure to work with. I have enjoyed having her as a student and research assistant. Leanne, your dedicated spirit has made Keller Hall a better place to learn, lead, and serve. Thank you and congratulations. Academic excellence is at the very heart of the mission of the University of Dayton School of Law. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce an example of student leadership through academic excellence, Elizabeth Watson. Elizabeth is getting her degree in just 2 years thanks to our accelerated JD program. However, even in that short time, Elizabeth has inspired the class of 2017 with her many academic achievements, including 14 Callie Awards. That's 14 Callie Awards. Think of what that means. In over half of her letter-graded classes, she received the highest grade in the class. It's pretty impressive. On top of that, she worked for 4 semesters as a research and teaching assistant and served on the law review as a staff member and comment editor. Elizabeth wants a career in public service. She is looking to find a policy-making role in government. She has, however, in fact, already begun her public interest career on the ground by directing voting turnouts efforts in New York and helping flood victims in Pennsylvania. And through her externship, she worked with the City of Dayton's Law Department. Elizabeth will take these invaluable experiences with her as she moves to Los Angeles and prepares for the next step in her career. I am proud of Elizabeth and proud that she will share her parting thoughts with us today. Congratulations, Elizabeth.
Thank you. Well, this is it. We did it. Today, we become lawyers. I know what you're thinking. Not yet. We still have that pesky bar exam. But you're wrong. You see, there's a difference between being a lawyer and being an attorney. We use those words interchangeably, but they're technically a little different. A lawyer is someone who's educated in the law. A Juris Doctor. That's us. An attorney, on the other hand, is someone who's licensed to practice law and represents clients. So yes, pending what happens in July, we will go on to become attorneys. But as of today, we are all lawyers, and that's what we're here to celebrate. And we're so lucky to be here, to have the honor of calling ourselves lawyers. Well, I guess lucky isn't really the right word. There's another distinction to be drawn here, and that's the difference between luck and fortune. Luck is something that just happens to you, but fortune requires some action on your part. It's your effort combined with your luck. So I know we must be fortunate because we put in a lot of effort to get here. We read hundreds of cases, thousands of pages of case law. Well, I mean, most of us did. Some of us just used Wikipedia. But that doesn't matter now, because we all made it, and we're all lawyers. And regardless, we all spent over 50 hours taking final exams. That's exhausting just to think about. So I know we put in a heck of a lot of effort to get here. So we're very fortunate. But we have a lot to consider ourselves lucky for, too. First, there's this school, the University of Dayton School of Law. For whatever reason, this school was the right fit for us. And sure, we don't have a lot to compare it to, but I know it's nothing like what you've seen on The Paper Chase, or How to Get Away with Murder, or even Legally Blonde. It's better, because we had people like the UDSL staff on our side. These are some of the sweetest people in the world. People like Jamie Beasley, who fixed my computer an extraordinary number of times, and Mary Beth Miller and Mary Boston, who have been kinder to us than anyone really deserves. And of course, we're lucky for our professors, especially the ones who made a special effort not to scare us that first semester, who went on to become our mentors Professors we had for so many different classes that they really started to feel like family, like Professor Todd, or Uncle Todd as I sometimes called him, usually not to his face, but now really feels like the time for candor, and hopefully he doesn't mind. You see, that's one of the things we're so lucky for at this school. It's just small enough that it really starts to feel like a family. So we're lucky for that. And we're lucky for our real families too. You guys. Especially the ones who supported us, encouraged us, who lifted us when we were down, for the children who brought us joy, nieces and nephews who sent care packages, in-laws who provided constant supplies of Starbucks gift cards, and our parents who bragged about us to everyone they know. Hopefully, this is just the beginning of things we do to make you proud. And we're lucky for our partners who loved us from long distances or followed us to Dayton so we could follow our dreams, who were patient with us when we were stressed, who picked up the slack at home when we were too busy to do our share. And if you did have time to do things like laundry and wash dishes, please just don't tell my husband. He's here today. I told him I couldn't possibly do those things for the past 2 years. And last but not least, we're lucky for each other, for our classmates, especially the ones who made us laugh, who encouraged us, inspired us, who used Google Chat to tell us the answers to what the professor was asking us. Friends who could so influence your life, they could turn this Pittsburgh girl into a Chicago Cubs fan. And most importantly, we're lucky for those friends we didn't know just 2 or 3 years ago, but who today we count among our dearest friends. So we are incredibly fortunate. Although fortunate isn't really the right word either, because it's something more than that. These things we're so lucky for, these people, these are our blessings. We aren't just lucky or fortunate, we are incredibly blessed. So today, as we celebrate our achievements, let's just remember to give all the glory to God. And I think the way we can most honor Him as we go forward is to listen to something my mom tells me. After all, she's a mother, so she's incredibly wise. Although, to be fair, she was repeating something we heard on Boy Meets World once. But that doesn't make it any less profound. So, graduates, lawyers, do good. And no, I don't mean well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth. And after the ceremony, I'd like to talk to you about the Google Chat problem. We'll be sure to do something about that. It is my great pleasure now to introduce Brad Smith, the President and Chief Executive Officer of Microsoft. I've known Brad for 40 years, since we both met as undergraduates at Princeton, where we were in the Woodrow Wilson School in student government together. At Microsoft, Brad has become one of the world's most prominent voices on technology, so much so that in 2014, the New York Times called him the de facto ambassador for the technology industry at large. It's funny to think that when we were at Princeton, we wrote our senior theses in the old-fashioned typewriter, with old-fashioned typewriters, when cut and paste literally meant cut and paste. Even in those days, however, Brad was technologically ahead of his time. We were talking at dinner last night when he joined the prominent Washington, D.C. law firm of Covington and Burling in 1986. Brad was the first attorney to insist on having a personal computer on his desk as a condition for accepting his job offer. In his role as Microsoft President and Chief Legal Officer, Brad is responsible for the corporation's corporate, external, and legal affairs, as well as compliance. He leads a team of more than 1,300 business, legal, and corporate affairs professionals working in 55 countries. Brad joined Microsoft in 1993, became legal counsel in 2002, and president in 2015. He is a longtime champion for several diversity, pro bono, and educational initiatives. He founded the Chair's Kids in Need of Defense, a national initiative to provide legal representation to refugees and immigrant children who have been separated from their parents. He has chaired the Leadership Council on Legal Diversity, an organization of law firm managing partners and corporate general counsel that promotes greater diversity in the legal profession. Brad currently serves as chair of the Washington State Opportunity Scholarship, a public-private funding partnership between Washington State Legislature, major employers, and private donors. In addition to graduating from Princeton University summa cum laude, he earned his JD from Columbia University School of Law and studied international law and economics at the Graduate Institute of International Studies in Geneva, Switzerland. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great privilege to now present to you our graduation speaker, Brad Smith.
Well, thank you. First, I just want to say, what a wonderful day. Isn't it great to be here? For all of you who are graduating today, it literally has taken years of dedication, of hard work, of patience, of persistence. Before we do anything else, give yourselves a big round of applause. Of course, I know something about each of today's graduates. They all share one thing in common. It doesn't matter where they've come from. It doesn't matter where they're going. As you sit here today, you are here because of others around you, the people who've come to see you, your family, your friends, the faculty, your mentors. Let's thank them and give them a round of applause. You need to stand up for yourself. In a way, I look back at my early career and I actually think about it with surprise. I wanted so much to go to work at this law firm in Washington, D.C., that when I got the offer, instead of saying yes, I said, I will come, but only if you'll give me a personal computer. What was I thinking? The firm asked, what was I thinking? I explained that although lawyers at the time didn't use computers, I had been, and I believed that if I could, I would write more quickly and I would write better. In short, I would be a better lawyer. And so I stood up for myself. But there are also many days where in equal measure, if not more so, you need to push yourself. When I arrived for my first day at work in 1986 in Washington, D.C., I had this great dream. I wanted to do international work. Perhaps they would put me on a plane to Europe where I would negotiate some big international deal. Well, I learned that day that most employers don't, in fact, save their most interesting projects to give out to the newest employee. So I took a trip that first week. It was down the hall to the file room, and I was asked to review 110,000 pages of documents. And I said to myself, well, this is not Europe, is it? But I learned something in that file room. I learned that I had the opportunity to make that work fun, that I could learn from it, and I would aspire to find some way to do that job better than anybody had done it before. I pushed myself. And as a result, the opportunity to first travel to and then actually work in Europe for this law firm arose. And what I found from that experience is that the kinds of transitions that you all are experiencing today are really a constant part of life. 7 years later, I had become a partner at that firm, and I left to move from London to Paris to join Microsoft. And I quickly found that after feeling quite competent in my old job, I really didn't have much of a clue about what I was doing. Worse than that, when I went home, we lived in this wonderful city in the middle of Paris. But every time I would walk out of the apartment, everyone I met spoke French all the time, everywhere I went. I did not. It was a bit of a problem. I didn't feel competent even to do an errand on the weekend, except when the errand involved getting gas for the car, because I could go to a self-service gas station. I didn't need to talk to anybody. That's when I learned that in addition to pushing yourself, there are times when you need to be patient with yourself. You need to take the time to master new skills. And through that combination of standing up for yourself and pushing yourself and having patience for yourself, each of you will have the opportunity not only to be a lawyer, but to be a great lawyer. But there's one last thing I would leave you with as well. I think Elizabeth captured it so perfectly. You have the opportunity not only to be a great lawyer, but to become an outstanding attorney. And she captured the difference. A great lawyer stands up for himself or herself. A great attorney represents someone else. It is a profession that by its very essence gives you the opportunity to serve other people, to be a voice for someone else. I believe it's one of the greatest callings any of us can look forward to pursuing. It requires that we stand up for other people the way we stand up for ourselves. But it actually requires something more. It requires that we understand people as well, that we understand our clients, that we get to know people who oftentimes are quite different from ourselves. And as you hone that ability, it is something that you can take with you and contribute everywhere you go. Because what you'll find is that the world actually needs great lawyers and outstanding attorneys. They need them not only to represent clients, but to contribute to causes, to get involved in community groups, to volunteer your time, and to find ways where you can be the fabric of the people around you. And that is something that is always in short supply. Think about how you can use that in the future. Think about how you can not only stand up for the causes that you represent, but push yourself to understand others. Push yourself not only to understand the people you represent, but the people with whom you disagree. Because let's face it, all of us, we live in a time of great discord and disagreement. We live in a time when we often find ourselves feeling like the world and the country and our communities have become a bit more polarized than they were in the past. We live in a time when technology and geography has actually made it possible for us to spend most of our time, if we want, just talking with people with whom we already agree. But the ultimate test of a great attorney is whether you can persuade someone else. And that path always starts the same way. It starts by understanding someone else. So as we leave here today, I hope all of you will do three things. First, enjoy the moment. Celebrate today. It has taken years to get here, and you deserve the celebration. Second, think about your own futures. Invest in yourself, stand up for yourself, and push yourself to be great as lawyers. But third, think about more than yourself. Do something to serve your community, to be part of your state, to work individually and together with the people around you to help serve the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for those compelling words, Mr. Smith. At this time, Dr. Spina and Dean Strauss will confer the degrees upon the graduates of the class of 2017. Dean Strauss.
Will the candidates for the degree of Master in the Study of Law please rise? Will the candidates for the degree of Juris Doctor please rise? President Spina, it gives me great pleasure to present the candidates who have completed all of the requirements prescribed by the faculty of the School of Law for their respective degrees, and to recommend them as worthy of being awarded the degree for which they have been approved.
Honorable Dean Strauss, in my own name, in the name of the University of Dayton, and in virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Dayton and the state of Ohio, I confer upon the candidates the degree for which they have been approved.
Candidates for Master of Laws: Omnia Alfarshuti. Khadija Darduam. Candidates for Juris Doctor: Charles John Amy. Jessica Renee Andrus, Academic Honors. David Eli Bailey, Pro Bono Award. Adam Gregory Ball. Bexley Ann Beam, Pro Bono Award. Stephen Thomas Becker. Mary Caitlin Town Bedard, Academic Honors. Michael Andrew Benedetti. Myranda Jasmine Black, Pro Bono Award. Ryan R. Black. John Samuel Bomer, Jr. Peter Joseph Bonfiglio IV. Alexander Campbell Booz. John Patrick Borby. Abby Michelle Boley, Academic Honors. Lindsay Elise Bozanich, Pro Bono Award. Mark Edward Brassett, Pro Bono Award. Christopher A. Brown. Tao Bu.
Christina Marie Burris. Shanier Gina Carter. Lisbeth Melissa Chavez. Tammy Vanessa Chavez. Thomas Bradley Collins. Alexandria Danielle Cook. Tyler D. Cope. Kylie Megan Corbin Pro Bono Award. Rachel Jean Cornell Pro Bono Award. Lucas A. Cranwell Pro Bono Award. Samantha Marie Deanna. Aaron R. Dupree. Lauren Michelle Deaver, Academic Honors. Jacob Edward Dillon. Desiree Patrice Dixon, Pro Bono Award. Macklin Keith Everly, Academic Honors. Sierra Jade Failer, Pro Bono Award. Jane Marie Feeney, Pro Bono Award. Emily Javelle Feliz. Nicole Ashley Fleming. Martin William Garez, Academic Honors. Ryan Gregory Goff. Ashley Marie Hawkins. Marcus A. Heath. Andrew Thomas Heck. Blake A. Henderson.
Michael Buchanan Holmes. Tracy Aaron Hoover Pro Bono Award. Clayton Robert Humphrey. Joseph Rosario Yacano. Bridget Amico Jackson Pro Bono Award. Matthew Michael Kimmel. Mary Power Klein. Cody Josiah Knife. Russell Levy Gunner Knowles, Academic Honors. Rachel Amanda Lamaster, Pro Bono Award. Anthony Michael Marolo. Tessa Virginia Ortiz Marsh, Pro Bono Award. Kayla Lee McClellan. Amy Lynn McLaughlin. Hannah Catherine Moeller. Michael J. Myers. Alyssa Renee Norman, Pro Bono Award. Sarah Elizabeth Oakley. Betty J. Osthoff. Joshua William Palmer, Pro Bono Award. Patricia Starling Riley, Pro Bono Award. Lainey Rosa Roussel. Nathan Michael Sinovich.
Ahmad Mohammed Saleh, Pro Bono Award. Kira Rose Schreiber, Pro Bono Award. Hannah Paige Deemer Sekas. Carly Marie Sherman, Academic Honors. Carmen A. Cifuentes. Terrence Taniform Pro Bono Award. Tara Fallon Taylor. Olivia Michelle Temmel. Leanne Marie Thomas Academic Honors Pro Bono Award. Sarah Jane Trevathon Pro Bono Award. Richard L. Trout. Erin Marie Uppenkamp. Brent A. Urinkar Pro Bono Award. Jack Herschel Van Bibber. Rachel Michelle Vanderwall Academic Honors Pro Bono Award. Elizabeth Catherine Watson Academic Honors. Matthew Thomas Watson. Eric Michael Williams. Casey Lee Walder Pro Bono Award. John Brubaker Wyke. Jonathan Michael Zaleski Academic Honors. Anthony M. Zarate. Mary Elizabeth Zoldak.
Graduates, congratulations. You have now earned the right to transfer your tassel to the left side of your cap. As this commencement ceremony draws to a close, the University of Dayton marks 167 years of service to our students. We congratulate and salute you, the family and friends of today's graduates, for the critical role you've played to support these students during their matriculation at UD. And to the class of 2017, we salute you for your achievements and wish each of you well in your life's journey. Immediately following the ceremony, you're cordially invited to a reception honoring the graduates at the law school in Keller Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the benediction offered by Jessica Andrus, Ryan Black, Tessa Marsh, and Marytown Bedard. Please remain in your places until our guests have left the stage and the academic procession has cleared the main aisle. I thank all of you for attending.
This prayer invokes St. Thomas More as the patron saint of lawyers, asking him to pray to God for the grace that we, the class of 2017, may rise to the highest standards of our profession. Let us pray. Thomas More, counselor of law and statesman of integrity, Mary, martyr and most human of saints.
Pray that, for the glory of God and in the pursuit of his justice, I may be trustworthy with confidences, keen in study, accurate in analysis, correct in conclusion, able in argument, loyal to clients, honest with all, courteous to adversaries, ever attentive to conscience. Sit with me at my desk, listen with me to my clients' tales.
Read with me in my library and stand always beside me, so that today I shall not, to win a point, lose my soul. Pray that my family may find in me what yours found in you: friendship and courage, cheerfulness and charity, diligence in duties, counsel in adversity, patience in pain, their good servant and God's first.
May God bless and keep the members of the class of 2017, their families, the University of Dayton community, and all those who have made this day possible. May he smile upon you and give you peace now and forevermore. Amen.
Amen.